So in the previous video, we tried and understood what are the different types of drug-resistant tuberculosis, wherein we said that there is multiple drug-resistant TB, which is called MDR TB. You have pre-extensively drug-resistant TB, which is pre-XDR TB. And finally, you have extensively drug-resistant TB, which is also called as XDR TB. Now, when we talk about this, the first question that should come to our mind is, why is this happening? Why are we even facing such a scenario? So let us focus on that aspect. What are the causes of drug-resistant tuberculosis? First and foremost, we have to understand that there is no one individual to blame when it comes to drug resistance and its spread. We need to understand that there are a lot of day-to-day activities, there are a lot of misconceptions, there are a lot of ill or malpractices which has given rise to drug resistance. This happens most of the times that a medication is prescribed to an individual. The doctor says that you have to consume this medication for 5 days. The doctor gives you the dosages, tells you when you have to consume it. We consume 2 doses, we feel better, we feel much better than what it was earlier. Then we resume our daily life and we stop or we forget to complete the course. Most of the times it's that we think, "Arey yaar, now it's totally fine, I'm totally okay. Why should I even continue the dosages? Why should I eat these chemical-based drugs?" And we stop the course. We have to understand that this is one of the biggest reasons for giving rise to antimicrobial resistance. When symptoms reduce in intensity, that doesn't mean that the causative agent of that infection inside your body is dead. Please understand this. The causative agent might still be alive out there. Some of them may be killed, some of them are still alive out there. And you are now giving them a chance to give it a try because you have raised a question on its existence by feeding in antibiotics into your system. And now when you have suddenly stopped those antibiotics, the ones which were not dead, which were struggling to survive, have got an opportunity to give it a tough fight, to adapt themselves, to evolve mechanisms to deal with these antibiotics. So completing a course of antibiotic is very, very important. In case of TB, the treatment course is very long. It spans in months. And many a times it happens that once the symptoms are relieved, individuals stop taking the complete course of antibiotics. And that gives rise to recurrent infections. And this time, the infection that is caused is by the bacteria which has gained resistance towards the antibiotic that was prescribed earlier. And that's the most dangerous scenario. It may also happen at times that, the dosage prescribed may not be appropriate, or the time period for which it was prescribed is not appropriate. At the same time, it may also happen in few countries, where drugs are not available. Probably they are not easily accessible, they are not affordable, or probably the drugs by themselves are of poor quality. Very much possible in some underdeveloped countries this happens. And all this gives an opportunity for the microorganisms. Some more time is going to be now, obtained by these organisms to give it a tough fight against these antibiotics and develop resistance towards it. And this is exactly what is giving a rise to drug-resistant tuberculosis cases. If you see the WHO report, World Health Organization report, which was published in 2017 with respect to global tuberculosis incidences, it is very, very disheartening to see that India contributes to 27% of TB cases in the entire globe, which is around 2.79 million cases every year. And 25% of the global burden of tuberculosis, or rather multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, is on India. So 25% of multiple drug resistant TB cases in the entire globe is from India. That's very, very disturbing. An estimated 130,000 individuals are suffering from multiple drug resistant TB every year in our country. That's an add-on every year. You can imagine that what would be the total number of cases by now. And this is very disturbing. There are several reports and research papers which will show that, what is the state-wise distribution, and every single state has TB incidences, low or high, that may vary, but every single state has TB incidences reported, and MDR and XDR cases are rising every single day. And this is really unfortunate and disheartening. And that shows why even government, or even at the global level, all countries are coming together to realize how serious the problem of AMR is, and there is a need for a global action plan to be devised so that we can put in some efforts collectively in curbing antimicrobial resistance. In our next set of videos, we will speak more about what are the different causes of antimicrobial resistance in general, not just with respect to tuberculosis, but in general, what all gives rise to the spread of AMR. We'll see that in our next video. So till then, stay tuned.